he came back.
Yeah.
From playing, and then that's the whole one of the whole points of the movie is why they don't steal his little talent is because he's playing baseball, which he really did.
And he was a terrible baseball player.
He was all right. He did the minor leagues. I think he got called up with the White Sox for a little bit. He was, he played it in high school, and he was like,
He enjoyed it.
yeah, he was good. His dad was a baseball player. But it's like, had he, let's say he went played baseball, he probably would have been in the minor leagues for 4 or 5 years, and then got called up to somebody in the majors, and would have been just kind of like an extra body
Yeah.
on whatever team, good enough to be there, not good enough to really make an impact. Unlike basketball, where he's the greatest basketball player of all time. And I know there's been like this, like, you see, a lot of people arguing, is LeBron better than Michael and stuff like that. And like,
LeBron even admits that.
LeBron thinks he's the
no,
best
not
of all
LeBron.
time.
I mean, even like, shoot, they've asked Shaq the question. He says, "You're telling me Kobe and Michael are worse than LeBron?"
I can't stand LeBron James. I've never liked him. He's a crybaby. He's whiny. He doesn't know how to he can't play physical basketball. But anyways,
Yeah.
welcome to Sportscast, everybody.
13 minutes in hell. 15 minutes in hell, part 2.
But and it's like I can't stand him. And I hate him that he's in the Space Jam movie. They could have gotten like Stephen Curry. I mean, hell, anybody.
Is Larry Bird in Space Jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
He plays golf with.
Yes, that's right.
And see, like that, the storyline for the second Space Jam movie is stupid. Like, in a way that makes the Space Jam storyline for the first one look brilliant.
To be fair, this one was just another movie or product placement, but not as clever as the last one.
Well, and it's like, okay, this is a direct sequel to Space Jam. The Michael Jordan stuff, it all happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does Looney Tune Land fall? How does it? Because it's like, in the first one, it's apparently underground underneath a golf course.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one now, it somehow became
When did it
interface,
become part
cyber,
of this?
that or the Looney Tunes is part of everything. It's like that one dimension that's connected to everything. What's a good example?
It just makes no sense.
Would have been more fun. It was kind of like a Tron ripoff, where the Looney Tunes get sucked into a Tron-esque.
Well, even if they did this whole thing, fuck LeBron and all his stupid storyline with his kid and everything. Maybe Warner Brothers has made this artificial intelligence and it's gobbling up all of the intellectual properties where they exist in the real world. And it's starting to gobble up Looney Tune Land, and that's when the Looney Tunes go to the whole, we need your help, and go to Michael. And Michael's like, I'm too old for this. I can't do this anymore. And so that's when they go and get,
They go to all the they go to Larry Bird, they go to Shaq, they go to
they go
to Kobe, but Kobe's gone.
Well, we can't go to Kobe. Have them go to a bunch of old players, and be like, we need you, and Larry and Magic, and they're like, we can't do this. We're way too old for this. And so they're like, well, who can we go to? And that's when they go to Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry, help me
Stephen
out.
Curry's a star player for the Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
He's won 5 championships.
Oh, that's good.
If there's a current equivalent of Michael Jordan, it's Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry, okay.
In ability, not so much in presence and pop culture. But
Damn the
And then
90s.
the Looney Tunes make a deal with the AI from Warner Brothers. If we beat you, we stay separate. You're not going to gobble us up and turn us into lines of code. And then, the AI makes this mega team based off of,
Superman! Basically, no.
Atomic Superman! And then, they're losing, and that's when the Monstars show up to help.
And they take the abilities. Because that's the thing, the abilities are still there. They're just a little slow.
That's the that's the thing, is like the talent. This is like the older players, they can't do it anymore because they physically can't, but they still have that talent. So they give their talent to the Monstars. The Nerdlucks are like, these little tiny things. They're like, wish we could help. If we could take people's talent again, we could help. I mean,
that's B story. That they're going to finding all these players stuff,
and they have to go to all these. Yeah, okay. Let's think. We're rewriting this whole thing. Warner Brothers AI is going to take up everything, and so the Looney Tunes are like, we beat you in a basketball game. You're not going. We stay separate. And the AI is like, fine. And the AI makes this like atomic Superman group like it did in the movie.
Well, it's just the players from Futurama.
Yeah. Okay, and so they go to Michael Jordan and they're like, we need your help. And Michael's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm an old man. And so they're like, fuck. And so like, I guess we have to do it ourselves this time. And they go back to Looney Tune Land and they're training and everything. And the Nerdlucks are like, we wish we could have. We're gonna like the Nerdlucks are gonna leave to go steal talent. And the Looney Tunes stop them like, you can't do that anymore. You can't steal people's talent. And they're like, well, what if we convince them to give us their talent?
And it's like,
that's when they go to Larry Bird and Charles Barkley and Magic Johnson and Shaq, and they get all their talent. And that's the thing. It's like the Looney Tunes are playing while the Nerdlucks are out doing this, and the Looney Tunes are losing.
They're doing the
second half.
And that's the thing. And all the
Monstars show up in their full like holy shit awesome glory and beat the AI team. And Michael Jordan is there watching, along with Bill Murray. Come on, you can't tell me this isn't a better movie.
That'd be more fun. That's the thing. Like it was like I'm not gonna lie. I was excited for it. Like for Space Jam. I think we all were.
That way, that storyline. You don't even need Stephen Curry. You don't need LeBron. Nothing. And if Michael doesn't want to do it, write him a check and add zeros until he says yes.
I think he would.
I think he would. If he's like that, if he's just kind of like there.
You don't have to play or anything. You just got to be there.
You just kind of got to be there. You got to talk, meet with Bugs and like Sylvester or whoever, Daffy.
Yeah.
And then be there at the game watching with Bill Murray. And Bill Murray's like going to go in at the end, and Mike's like, you can't do this at all. I can't do it. You certainly can.
And it's just
sit down, Bill.
Give Bill Murray a walker. just for the I can do it. He's over there on the sidelines with Granny.
That's so much better than what we got, and you know it.
It would be.
It would be.
Now, since we're on like with stuff like that, if you had the money, would you go back and actually redo Ready Player One?
What do you mean?
You've seen Ready Player One, right? Have you read the books, Ready Player One?
I haven't read the books. I'm aware of the differences.
You need to read the fucking book.
I don't want to read Ready Player 2. That just...
I haven't, and I don't plan to. I've heard...
Jeff read it, and he's
disappointed?
Yeah, he's like, it's good. He said, but the ending just comes out of nowhere.
It makes no sense from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Like...
Because, like, Interact becomes evil, and is going to, like, kill everybody. And then Earth is dying, so everybody needs to go out into outer space. Like, on a ship to colonize another world. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
You need to finish the rest of Hyperion. The last two books. It got better.
It got worse.
No, I meant like in the next two books.
No.
You need to finish the.
No. The second book ruined it so much for me. And like the irritating thing about it is there are parts of that book that are so well written, I will read it again. Like pretty much anything with Amanda Gladstone, I love. It's wonderfully written, especially there at the end after everything's happened and she goes out to the crowd and that whole the build up to it, and then when she gets torn apart by the crowd. I love it, but it's within a shit story. The constable or consul, whatever his name is, he's Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He has no bearing on the story whatsoever.
Yeah.
Zero. And then whatever the fuck is going on with Colonel Assad. Like, what? It made no sense in the first one when he, like, sort of fucked the strike. It made even less sense when you find out who the lady is that brings him to the planet in the first place. It makes no fucking sense.
For anybody who is listening to this right now, it is, it's like, what was it, the fall of Hyperion?
There's Hyperion, Fall of Hyperion, and then Endymion and Fall of Endymion.
Endymion's pretty good. I enjoyed them. That's saying, like, as much as like Fall of Hyperion would.
I might listen to them. So I'm not gonna read them. I might listen.
No. You are better off listening to them.
Because I like in listening to them, the voice acting is great.
Same thing with Wheel of Time. You are better off listening to Wheel of Time than reading Wheel of Time. That's a discussion for another day. But Hyperion is the best way to describe it. Is it's one of the, I would like to say, it's one of the greatest like sci-fi like reads you can get. It's like the Canterbury Tales with sci-fi.
One is amazing. I love the first. I listened to the first one twice.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing, and it sets up. It ends. It has this open ending where you can't wait for the next book, and it's set up so many questions. And then you read the second one, and nothing got answered, and more questions were presented, which did not get answered.
Yeah.
And I believe this to my core, that he wrote that book to be just that book. And that is it. Just this closed story that he leaves open, sort of Lovecraftian. You decide in your own mind how you think things are going to play out. And then it was this huge, humongous success. And it won the Hugo Award, and his publisher was like, we need a sequel. And he was like, fuck, I ain't got nothing. Wrote a sequel that answered nothing, because he had set up no answers to any of these questions. There was no resolution to anything.
You still remember a good chunk of like Fall of Hyperion. Give Endymion a chance. Also, I bought the comics for Wheel of Time.
Are they also 9,000 pages long?
No, it is condensed, so you will enjoy it more.
Is it 18 panels of him talking about the color of this person's cape?
No.
And how he felt on this day that reminded him of a day with Ilyena, his love.
Elena's the best character.
God in heaven. That was just the densest dialogue, or like everything. It's just
Jesse, so Jesse is enjoying the story, but at the same time he's loving the story. But at the same time he's hating it. He loves the story, but he hates it at the same time.
Well, it's like this guy must have had a contract with his publisher. He got paid by the word. And sitting there like, how can I turn a paragraph of him looking on the horizon and seeing someone and wondering who that person is into 4.5 chapters? Because that's what it is.
The Wheel of Time is one of my favorite fantasy books, and every time I try to get my friends to listen to it, they just rip on it. But at the same time, we have a lot of fun with it because of one character, Lews Therin Telamon.
And it's more specifically the voice actor for him.
Elena,
my love. Ilyena, where are you? We have guests, Ilyena. Why are there dead people everywhere? What has happened?
Why are you sleeping, Elena?
Wake up, Helena. We have guests.